Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Love of Biology. Today we are going to learn about plant succession. Succession means changes. So what is this plant succession? Let us see. So gradual and important changes in the soil composition of the environment is ecological succession. So any change which are taking place in the environment, we call it as ecological succession. So actually evolution is also a change over time, and these evolution and succession are parallel processes which takes place in the environment. So there are two types of the successions. Those are primary succession and the secondary succession. What are these primary and secondary succession? Let us discuss now one by one. First, coming to the primary succession, that is the first changes what are taking place. The first changes starts when there is no life or no living organisms are present in environment, like rocks will weather to produce the soil, and those bare areas we are calling it as primary succession. It's in the diagram. So pioneer stages where the rocks will weather to produce the soil and later the life will start. This is primary succession. Secondary succession, once upon a time already life is there, but it was lost due to the calamites, fire or cutting forests, etc., whatever it is. So after that again the life starts due to the changes in the environment. That is called as secondary succession. Actually this secondary succession, if you see, for example, fire accidents will take place after so many days. The pioneer organisms will start, and later climax community trees will start. So actually this is a faster process, because in primary succession soil everything have to produce, but in secondary already once upon a time there is a life, so everything are there except the living organisms. So this is a faster process. Okay, fine. So now in any succession, pioneer organisms, that is the first colonized organisms to the climax community, there are different stages present. So for example, in hydrarch, that is a water habitat, pioneer organisms are of course wet area plants, and ends with the forest climax community. You can see phytoplanktons, floating plants, submerged to the woodland, and finally to the climax. Climax community is always forest community. Between these stages, sick community is also present. So these changes will take place in the succession. Whereas if you see in a xerarch habitat, pioneers are leeches which will colonize the rocks, later bryophyte, pteridophyte, like this. It will end with a forest climax community only. So you can see the lichens, mosses, perennial grasses, finally to the trees, that is the forest community. Whatever the changes it will takes place, whatever the succession, finally it ends with a climax forest community. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel. Thank you everyone.